What is up, family? I'm super excited to be here today. I know it's been a while since I came with the long form video, but I have a good excuse. There's so much going on, and I can't wait to update you, so stay tuned. Welcome to For the Culture. My name is Rochelle Hawkins. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We share cultural content, lifestyle content, exploring the world, immersing in different cultures across the world, and sharing different perspectives and storytelling as well. So join the family and stay tuned because we have a lot of exciting things coming. So today's video is going to be a life updates because I have not updated you guys in a few months. We've been trying our best to keep on top of content, even though there's so much going on. It just feels like I've been in a whirlwind for the past 4 months, okay? So, the first thing I want to tell you guys is I have started school. I decided to go back to school. I am currently a full-time student here in Kenya, and I'm super excited for this journey because this has been something on my list for a while. This has been something that I have been passionate about pursuing for a while, but as a full-time traveler, as you may have guessed, it can be difficult to be a full-time student or to even feel like you can settle down and pursue certain goals that you may have. Full-time travel, it just takes over your whole life. It becomes your entire identity. So when I did settle down in Kenya and I felt like I was in a good place, I just started to ask myself, what's next? What do I want to pursue? What goals do I want to work on now? And really take a plan and take initiative to make those goals happen. One of the goals that I always told myself that I wanted to accomplish is getting a PhD by the time I'm 40 or around the time I'm 40. And as you guys know, it takes probably about 6, 7, 8 years to get a PhD. And so I started to ask myself, okay, if you say you want a PhD by the time you're 40, when are you going to actually start? I do have one degree that I got when I was younger in my early 20s, but I wanted to continue my undergraduate, complete my undergraduate, move on to my master's, and also pursue my PhD. And so I knew that I had to start soon if I wanted to accomplish this thing on my bucket list. And so I decided to go back to school in Nairobi for many reasons, but the main reason is I found a school that actually aligned with what I wanted to do and was also connected to the United States and aligned with scholarships and opportunities and was widely recognized in the United States as well, which is the United States International University of Africa. And this is the most prestigious university in East Africa. And I decided to go back to school because everything just seemed like it was aligning at the perfect time. I was already fully settled in Nairobi. I had my employees, I had my business operable. And so I was just like, why not? So I walked into USIU and I asked them for the process of how to apply. I applied, I got accepted, I chose my major. Things were moving a little bit faster than anticipated. In fact, my first time walking into USIU, I believe it was back in June or maybe even May, and I sat down with a staff member, admissions, and he was just like, well, why don't you start in September? Why don't you just apply now and start in September? And the idea of starting, the idea of going back to school in September was a little shocking for me and a little overwhelming for me. But then I went back home and I was just like, why not start this year? I was planning to start next year or even a year, in the future. But I sat down with him and he's like, why not just register for September? And I was a little, intimidated by that idea because I still had plans for travel. I still had plans for business. I had all these other plans going on. But then when I really sat with myself and I asked myself what my long-term goals was, I realized that I needed to put my, money where my mouth was. And I said I wanted to go back to school. I said that I wanted to pursue, a PhD and become a doctor. So I need to start putting action behind it. And I decided to go to school in September. And I'm currently a full-time student at USIU pursuing international business. And I'm very excited for this journey. as you can probably guess, the semester is almost over. We're actually about to take end of semester exams. And this has been a very affirming, humbling process for me. Going back to school at 31, I didn't even expect to do it exactly now, but everything aligned at the perfect time. And it was really one of those things where it's just like, why not? It's everything is every I have everything that I need. I have all the resources that I need. I don't have any good excuse not to just pursue it now. So my last few months at USIU have been incredible, and I'm very grateful to even be able to stay in Nairobi and also pursue my goal going to the United States International University. The course, the didactics have been challenging, but not too challenging. So it's just been a nice pace. I'm excited for next semester. I have a 1 month break after finals, and then I will be going back to my next semester in January. And I'm just so excited to just finish my degree. And I'm so excited that I found something that has aligned with me. My experience has been great. The students have been great. I've just been trying to really apply myself and just keep on track to keep high grades. You know, it's my priority to keep high grades. I didn't do this just to do a half effort. I really am trying my best to keep high grades, also continue training my employees, and continue everything else with life, trying to keep, community and my social life. So it has been, a lot on my plate, but I love it. I feel challenged in the best way possible. So the biggest update that I have for you guys is I've been MIA a little bit for these last few months because I'm a full-time student and I went back to school. Another incredible thing that I'm proud of myself for is the fact that I have been working out consistently for about 4 months. And this is a big feat for me because it has been incredibly difficult to be consistent and to take my health journey seriously. And that was also another big goal that I had for myself that I just didn't commit to fully. And I had all these excuses, especially as a full-time traveler or even as a nomad. It can be hard to stay in shape. It can be hard to eat healthy. So over the last 5 years of me traveling full time and just country hopping, I just ate whatever I wanted to eat. I wasn't working out. I had all these excuses as to why I couldn't work out. And my health was not the best that it could be. So once I got settled down in Nairobi, I told myself that I wanted to really take my health journey seriously because at 31, I was having aches and pains in places that I ain't got no business having aches and pains. And I started to think, if this is how tired I'm feeling at 30 and I'm having all these aches and pains at 30, how am I going to be feeling in 10, 20, 30 years? I don't want to be fatigued and tired, low energy, no motivation, no discipline, 10 years from now. And I also kind of had this revelation where it's like, if I really want to continue living a long, healthy life, I do have to have discipline to take care of my body, my mind, body, and soul. And that's exactly what I've been doing. So I got a personal trainer a few months ago. He's great. And I have been training full time, 4 times a week for the last 3 to 4 times a week for the last 3 months, going on the fourth month. And I will have to say, I feel amazing and I am proud of myself because this seems like an obstacle that I just was never going to be able to overcome, but it was due to my lack of discipline. But I just had to make the decision to take my health journey seriously. I literally just woke up one day and I was like, okay, I have to decide to take this seriously. I have to decide that I want better for myself and use discipline, even if I don't feel motivated. And as crazy as it may seem, it's like a switch went off and I was just like, okay, I'm doing this. So I've been working out for about 4 months now with my personal trainer, and I'm grateful that I was able to find these resources here. And that's one of the things that I also enjoy about living in Nairobi Nairobi, the Nairobi area, is that you can find personal trainers or even dietitians or nutritionists or any health related, even herbalists, any health related thing that you would like to get here. It's possible, whether you want to take the natural route or you need more of a medical route. The resources are many, the resources are vast. I was able to get a personal trainer that I aligned with, that was affordable, and that is passionate about what he does. He's great at what he does. And so I just feel like this is the best I felt in a long time. Yes, there is a lot on my plate. Yes, sometimes it is a lot to work out 4 times a week on top of running a business and going to school, but I feel amazing. And so I'm just extremely proud of myself right now. I'm going to keep saying that because a lot has happened these last few months in the best way possible. So yes, my health journey is also something that I've been taking more seriously and using more discipline and being consistent with. And I'm just excited to see where I'm going to be like a year from now, especially training with my guy. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is work and business. So as you guys know, I have my brand For the Culture, which is a registered business in the United States, and I have employees that I've been training, and I also am planning to hire interns maybe within the next few months and continue to expand my business, expand the content, improve upon my content. I have a lot of ideas that I want to actually bring into reality, bring into fruition. So I'm super excited to see what the next 6 to 12 months are going to look like, because I have a lot of ideas that, what I will say, you haven't seen it in Kenya before. You have not seen this stuff in Kenya before. So I'm excited to get the ball rolling and actually make this stuff happen. And I am hoping that it's well received and that it can continue to expand, so I can continue to expand my brand, because I am passionate about this brand. I worked on it by myself for the last 5 years, but when I moved to Nairobi, I realized that I can actually build a team to help me be more consistent, to help bring ideas and creativity, and also help me elevate and expand my brand to whatever, it's like the possibilities are endless when you can hire a team to help you and support you. So I'm slowly but surely continuing to build my team. I have 2 employees now, and they mean the world to me because they make everything possible. I would not be able to be a full-time student and a CEO and actually have a little bit of personal time to myself if it wasn't for my employees. So I am grateful for, the employees that I have. And, I also feel good to be able to contribute to the economy and help, provide some jobs out there slowly but surely. In the future, I am going to be looking for media interns. So if you are interested in that role, maybe you can submit your resume to the email in the description at info@travelfortheculture, the number 4, fortheculture.com. So yes, I am looking for media interns to continue expanding my brand. And I just really feel like the possibilities are endless when you can afford to hire a team. And that's one of the reasons why I'm grateful for living in Nairobi as well. So I've been continuing to work on my brand, continuing to work on my business, thinking of ideas of how to expand. I would like to offer tours in the Nairobi area, also globally, group tours globally. I am also coordinating a tour to Egypt now, so stay tuned for that. I would like to create a wait list for that. I actually went to Egypt last year, and was it last year? Yes, it was last year, almost a year ago, and I actually met an incredible tour guide that said that he's willing to collaborate with me and create a customized group trip for me. So we're working together to create a group trip and offer a group trip next year. So I'm super excited about that. And I trust him because he took very good care of me, and I have firsthand experience with him. This is not just somebody I found on Google for the first time. No, I had tours with him when I was in Aswan, Egypt, and he also coordinated a trip to Luxor, Egypt for me, and I trust him. So that's why I wanted to create this group trip to Egypt as well, which is most likely going to be next year. And I'm super excited about that. My business is growing, my business is thriving. I have been able to be more consistent, especially now with me and my team. And I'm super excited for the future with that as well. When it comes to my travel plans, I know I had mentioned that I'm not a full-time traveler anymore, but I still am a traveler at heart. It will always be a passion of mine. It will always be, something that I will continue to be doing for the rest of my life. I did take a travel tour at the beginning of this year. I went to Uganda, I went to Rwanda, South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia and Angola before coming back to Kenya. It was super fun. It was super exciting. I can officially say that I've been to every country in Southern Africa because I went to the other half of the countries in 2024. And I'm gonna be ending this year with another travel tour to the coast, which I'm super excited for. We're gonna be touching a few different cities, a few different regions in the coast, and I'm just super excited about that. So stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be finishing up my content from the beginning of this year and also my content in Nairobi. I have so much content to catch up on. I also went on a short little travel tour to a few cities within Kenya. I had went to, let's see, Eldoret, Nanyuki, no, not Nanyuki, Naivasha, and Eton. So I have some travel content coming up for that. Now that I am, training my employees, we're going to be pumping out content faster and faster and actually staying consistent and staying on track. So that's great as well. And I'm super excited to be going to the coast next month. And so I just wanted to come here and give you guys a life update, let you know that everything is flowing, everything is going well. I'm thriving. I'm super excited for the projects in the future and just what the future holds. Thank you for your patience, hanging with me as I go to school full time. I'm not going to lie. I did underestimate the workload, the study load, I guess you could say. But now that I know what to expect, especially next semester, I know how to plan around it. This was my first semester back at school in like probably about 10 years, like 9 years. I got my first degree when I was about 21. Yeah, now I'm 31 and I'm excited to be back at school, but it took a little bit to adjust and now we can prepare and come even stronger next year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this life update. If you guys have any Q's and A's in the comments, leave them in the comments and I may do a Q&A video as well, but I love you guys. We will be posting more consistently. This is just the first video of the month to update you guys with everything. We have a lot of content already scheduled, already booked. And yes, I'm super excited just to get back into the swing of things and be more consistent for you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace.